some questions. All right. So we already got like 400 people watching. So, okay. What is the status? The first question that I had a lot of people, hello everyone, and a lot of people already asked me to ask you is, how are you guys still together right now? And what is the status with you and Geoffrey?
Oh, Dominic, it's a hard question because what you seen on the show it was half a year ago, and now we will release our status after the tell all will air. So in our own tell all.
Okay. Okay, in your own time. Okay, now Geoffrey came on live yesterday, and definitely keep me in mind because I don't want to ruin. I'm the host of you and Jeffrey's Tell All, which we already recorded. I don't want to ruin it either. So yeah, keep me in line if I ask the wrong question. Now I did see your left hand.
Oh, it's morning time, but
Oh, okay.
give me a second.
Okay, how's the audio? Where are my audio engineers? Because I've been working on the audio, and I hope I got it better. So, did you put it on?
All people ask me question why I am wearing this ring on the right
Okay.
hand. This is my ring. It's like
Okay.
this is my protection from the man's attention. That's why.
Oh, yes. Yes. Keep those.
And this ring, this one
That,
is that ring which Geoffrey gave me in America.
so which ring do you have on your finger right now?
Oh, my.
Okay. Uh, guys, someone said that it's freezing and breaking up. Is that mine or Varya? Is I just making sure. Okay. Okay, so you have the ring on. So do you wear the ring every day?
No, I'm at home. I don't wear anything,
No. No ring. Okay.
including the clothes.
Gotcha.
I did it only for you.
Yes, you put it on for me. Okay. Okay. So you may be still together in the marriage. I mean, are you planning a wedding right now, or can you not say that?
I cannot say that.
Okay. If you are planning a wedding, would you invite fellow cast members?
Oh, repeat the question.
So, okay, let's say hypothetically, you guys are going to get married and you're going to plan a wedding. Would you invite other cast members from the show?
Uh, I don't think I had one big wedding in my life, so I prefer to do a small, for only for two people somewhere in a different country, not in America, maybe in something romantic for two of us.
You're so beautiful, Vara. You really are. Everybody keeps saying that too. So I just
Oh,
want.
thank you. You were two nice people.
Now we asked Geoffrey yesterday, and he admitted that he does not follow you on Instagram, right?
Oh, because he's like a dog barking with everyone. There are so many rude people, and they try to put down others. I don't like that, but I can watch for all comments, so I
Yeah.
don't care about that.
They seem like they're not too rough on you, right? But I mean, are the fans like mean to you? Have they been very mean?
Of course, there are different people,
Yeah.
educated, um, just difficult people. So, the main comment, the most popular comment in my DMs was, "Why you dodge the bullets?" It was everywhere, and I want to say that Geoffrey is not a bullet. He's like a AK-47. He's like, if you will run and zigzag, you can't. You have no chance to dodge the bullet.
Okay. Yeah. Now, have you gotten? Now, I've asked everybody this too. How bad have the comments gotten from the fans, and have you got any death threats?
Any what?
Death threats, like if people threaten to kill you or like attack your life, because everyone else has said yes. Yeah.
Oh, I don't read that much comments. Maybe no, I didn't read anything about.
It hasn't gotten that serious.
Jeff.
Okay, well that's good. You're the first one I've interviewed. You're the sixth person I've had from this
I
season.
don't pay attention on the negativity, so I keep in my mind only good wishes and all that. And if I see the message started from BIC, that BIT, I just
Yeah.
okay, it's your opinion.
Yeah. Okay. So, why didn't you back down when you showed up at Geoffrey's house and saw him with another woman? Like, when you got there and you saw someone else there, I mean, did it cross your mind like, hey, maybe I should? I mean, you came in and you attacked. I mean, do you think that you should have backed down, or like what was going through your mind right there?
Uh-huh. The wind was in my head right there. I had only like focused that. Whew, I put so many strength. Like I do, I have done so many stuff for coming. Like it took me 3 months to get visa. It's really hard to save money and like the situation when you don't have the way, like you can't go back just
Yeah.
without trying to do that to the end.
I mean, do you feel like he had a right to have another woman there, or did you feel like he shouldn't have had someone else there? Do you understand that, you did tell him no? I mean, or did it seem like you were like, hey, get out of my man's house, and when
Yeah.
it wasn't your place?
That was that what I thought it was. Like I thought we are still in a relationship. I didn't know about the other chick, so for me it was like big surprise. And I kind of knew about her existence because I saw her messages pop up on his phone when he was in Russia. So I thought, that women are more sly than men.
Yeah. So you were
And
under the impression that you guys were still together. Is that what you're saying?
what?
Like you were under the understanding that you guys were still together. Is
Yeah,
that's how you saw it? Yeah. Oh,
because he didn't tell me that he moved on and he was dating other person.
okay. He,
Um,
he didn't tell you that. He just was ignoring you. Now, let me ask you this: if so you did tell him that you weren't interested. You did break it off, right, and say you weren't ready to move before he left. Is that true? That you weren't ready and you gave him that impression.
repeat this hard question. Long.
Okay, so but you did give him the impression that you were not interested in um, like in being in a relationship and moving forward with any marriage before he left, right?
Right.
Okay, so if the situation was reversed, where if you flew out to America and wanted to get married, and then Geoffrey said, I'm not ready to do this and I'm not interested in getting married right now, and then, he flew, you went home and then you started talking to another guy and he flew to Russia and surprised you at your door and you had another guy there. I mean, how do you feel if that situation was reversed?
It's looked like a fairy tale. No, I'm not ghosting people usually. I just tell what I think.
Right. But if it was reversed and he showed up at your door unexpectedly, after he said that he didn't want to be with you, do you feel like you would have the right to have another guy there?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can,
But it should be no secrets between us. Like he told me no. If he tells me no, I would do anything with my life and yeah, okay, I'm moving on.
right. I gotcha. So, what about you and Mary right now? I mean, are
There is no me and Mary right now.
you guys are not friends? No?
No.
No. Okay, so you didn't make up or anything like after the show and just say, hey, let's work this out, or because he's a friend, right, of Geoffrey. So you didn't.
I understand that. By the way, at the final episode, they didn't show my excuses, but I did that. It wasn't maybe that sincere at that moment, but I understood that I was wrong, being very rude, and I apologized. But she wasn't ready to accept this apology. Now we don't have any pretension to each other. Like
No. No
no
friendship?
communication, no friendship, no like we solved this problem. I
Okay.
just prefer to move on and forget about everything.
But Geoffrey's still friends with her, right? Like, do they still talk?
Mm, I can't tell that for sure. I don't maybe.
Would it bother you if they're still friends?
If you like, you will know that after the tell
Oh,
all.
right. That's right. Well, we'll save that one for the tell-all. So, have you ever been engaged before? Is this your first engagement?
No, I was married before.
Okay. I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget things. Okay, so you're married before. So what has been your longest relationship?
3.5 years.
Three and a half.
Oh no, it's even longer. My marriage was 3 years and like 4 years, yeah.
4 years. Okay.
Or maybe it was something like, yeah.
Now, you got married or you got engaged, and then you had to come back to Russia. And obviously, they didn't know how your trip was going. I don't know if you were when you told them. I mean, did you just come back to Russia with the ring on your finger and say surprise? You didn't tell them like on the plane or anything?
Oh, my friends?
Well, no, your family.
Oh, my family.
Yeah.
Whew, they kind of knew that I'm going to America. It wasn't a good idea. They thought, but they love me and accept everything what happened in my life. They just worry for me, like for my safety maybe.
For your safety, like
Yeah,
from
my mental
Geoffrey,
safety,
your mental
my
safety.
emotional and mental safety.
I mean, but how did you tell them that you? I mean, you just came on a risk, risking to come to America and hope that it works out to surprise Geoffrey, and then you came back engaged, right? So how did you tell them that you got engaged? Did you just surprise them in person, or did you tell them over the phone?
Oh, my friends, they saw the ring and I told them the whole story. My mom, we just have a call. I explained what happened to.
Oh, okay. So you told them over the phone. You told them over the phone before you got home. Yeah. Now, how did they respond to that news? Is there someone in your family that's concerned or like that doesn't approve of the marriage or their proposal?
My mom is not big fan of idea me moving to another country, so obviously she wasn't that happy like me at that moment. And she said, "Just Varya, you have lots of time now, without those like emotions when you are just engaged. You are like planning a wedding or doing some stuff. You have so many thoughts." She just said, "Calm down. You have time to plan, to think, overthink."
Yeah.
And then this COVID stuff happened, and she said nothing happens without like everything happens for a reason.
Right. Okay. So do they
I'm
approve
not
of?
the reason. I hope I'm not the reason of this COVID,
Oh
but
no, no. that you started coronavirus. No, absolutely. um, so do they are they happy for you? Or is everybody like supportive and thinks that you guys should continue and get married?
I would say my family is not aggressive because they know me. This is like no chance they will say no, and I will follow this if I feel uh, that I need
Yeah,
that person. Nobody can stop me.
nothing can stop. This is what you want.
Mhm.
And what do you think? How has been the interaction with Jeffrey's sons with you? Like, I mean, have you been keeping in contact with them since the show finished taping? Do you
Oh,
interact
I
with?
follow them in Instagram. They are very good people, like very good guys.
Yeah. Do you interact?
Educate, nice. Hmm?
Do you interact with them often?
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
often.
so, I mean, Jeffrey is currently fighting these assault charges and these legal charges. So I know that obviously in the show, that was a difficult thing for you to understand and to learn about. So how do you feel today about where he's at with his legal fight?
I heard like kind of both sides of the story, but I believe in American court system and in justice. So my position is just wait and see what happens. He is positive, so I don't have any doubts if he is so positive.
Gotcha. And then you're okay. Like, do you think that he's innocent? Is that right? Like, you think he's innocent of the domestic assault charges?
I wasn't there. I can't say anything. I trust the court system.
Gotcha.
We will all see, and I think soon.
There's a couple people writing in questions, so I wanted to get to those. One of the questions is, have you met Jeffrey's parents yet?
Oh, like how to say? I barely saw his mom. Barely, not the suitable word. Like, uh, like,
Just just a little bit in person?
uh, like little bit. Yeah, I was go to the airport and she came to the Tennessee and she's a nice lady. I mean, in person, I saw her for a few minutes. We couldn't spend more time. And she's really, really nice and like, like, like all Americans with a great smile, sweet person.
Now, what about children? Are you looking for to have more children in the future?
I wouldn't say that I'm looking for them.
Oh,
Like,
if it works out and you guys do wind up getting married, would you want to have children with Jeffrey?
we will discuss that with
Right.
him. It's from both of us. I'm
Okay.
okay with like having no children, and I'm okay with that too.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I was just trying to get to a couple of those questions. So let's talk about your cast members, right? So who are you friends with? Who are you keeping in touch with? From other cast members. Who are your friends that you've been talking to?
I think it's hard to be friends with people with like in that long distance. We are acquaintances, I think, and I absolutely love Erica, and she's an extrovert. She's full of energy, and she's my kind of person. Also, I know that their relationship didn't work out, or didn't work out, right, with Stephanie, but I feel like we are on the same vibe wave, like we're in this on the same page with her. Um, Ash is great. Tom supports me and helps me. So those are great people.
So that's who you've been close with. Is there anyone that you didn't like? Like who did you say? And I've been asking everybody this too. Like who would you say is your least favorite cast member from watching the show? Watching this season.
Williams, I guess.
Williams. That's what Geoffrey said too. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
But I gotta ask a lot of things. Geoffrey came on live yesterday, and and he was, and I think some articles came out today about that. So, what are your thoughts on Big Ed?
Oh, I tried his mask, by the way, it doesn't work. Mayo on the hair is horrible, and you can't wash out the smell. Blech. So I I wouldn't trust him.
Because of the mayonnaise?
Uh-huh.
Now, about Tom too. You mentioned Tom's, and I'm friends with Tom. So, I mean, do you think that who do you think he's getting misunderstood by a lot of people? Because I think Tom's a great guy. I've hung out with him, and we
I
talk.
agree with you. Mm-hmm.
People don't, they see a couple clips on TV and they think that they know somebody. So, I mean, what is your perception of Tom? You think he's a nice guy?
I absolutely think he's a godfather of all cast members, 90 Day Fiance.
Like he kind of looks out for everybody? Yeah. Do you talk to Darcy at all or no?
No, she has almost 1 million followers. It's kind of impossible to
Just
talk to her.
Now, what are your thoughts on David and Lana? Do you think that that's a good relationship? And do you think that Lana's really? I mean, she accepted his proposal. Yes. I mean, it was a big episode on Sunday night. So, I mean, do you think that that is going to last?
It's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I'm not lucky in such things. Like I always not right about. I don't know how to say it in English, but we will see. Time will show us.
Okay.
I have zero idea.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm asking more like.
I don't like that she's again in those sides. I think it's a bad sign.
You think Lana's a bad side?
No, I think that if she is in those sides, she's still in those sides.
Sites. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Still on those
It's
sites.
a bad sign for David, but it's up to him. He is a grown up. He's a big man.
That's right. He's an adult. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, last question too about other couples. So, with I know that Geoffrey has been a supporter of Lisa, with Lisa and Usman. So, do you communicate with Lisa or Usman, and do you side with one of them over the other?
Oh, not that much. I receive both from messages from both sides, like comments, like nice comments, but I didn't discuss their relationship. I just watching from the side what like with the popcorn and what happened.
That's awesome. Another question I always ask someone too is, obviously you have found, you've become very popular and famous on your Instagram. So what celebrities have reached out to you and communicated with you, or maybe hit you up in your inbox and have become, a big fan of Varya?
You reached out to me, one of the first person with the blue check mark. You're in my heart now.
Oh, Varya, it's gotta be better than that. Someone
What?
bigger than who else? Somebody big. Somebody. Am I the only one with the blue check mark?
No, not the only one, but the biggest one in
Oh my!
all means.
So now I feel bad. I'm getting a lot of nasty messages about my questions, and that I was being. Now I feel bad. So you know what? That's what I get. You are so sweet. Okay, so I'm the biggest name. Have any other celebrities reached out to you?
I think it's American people. Like I saw a person, um, American footballist. I don't know him, but he has many followers and blue check mark and great pictures and interesting life. And it was so sweet. Uh, he had my cameo. Like,
Are you doing the? You started doing the Cameo app?
yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
am.
I'm
Yeah.
on. I've been doing that for a little over a year now. So how do you like interacting with the fans? Like how has that been? You know, with those where they're requesting videos from you, and I mean, is it been overwhelming or do you love it?
I love it because it helps me a lot with English. Like I always, it took me so much time to record this 1 minute with a half video, but I love it. Each time I write the scenario and try to remember that, and it helps a lot. Like it's interesting, creative. I love it.
You're so great. So, um, sorry, I'm reading some of the comments.
Ask me what you want.
They're really mad at me for some of the questions. It's making me laugh. But no, I appreciate it. So the interaction with the fans has been great. So what about when you first got there to Tennessee? You didn't like the country life, and now obviously the plan would be, if it all works out, that you would move and live with him in Tennessee. So how do you feel about that? Have you changed your mind, and would you like to reside there?
I didn't say that I didn't. I didn't. I never said that I didn't like Tennessee. My first thought was like, "Wow, it's like on the movies. Everything like the houses are so beautiful." And it was after the Halloween and so many decorations. It was great. I was like, "Oh my God, it's another planet." It's like comparing with our villages, different world
It,
because in Russia everything looks like, especially at that time in November, it looks depressive. And there it was sunny, it was so beautiful.
aw,
I love it. I love it. I don't like that it's far from civilization, but it's beautiful at least.
yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, with this quarantine and everything, right? I mean, what have you been doing to pass the time and keep yourself occupied? Like, are you just sitting around on social media, or is like, what are you doing? Are you doing it? That's pretty much it.
Most of the time, yeah. Sometimes I feel my eyes could blow out from the social media, and it's so hard. I'm trying to, I spend lots of time with my friends,
Yeah.
with my girls from the show, yeah, those girls. And also I do online workouts and that stuff.
Oh, okay. So I'm just looking at I'm looking at
Questions?
some of the questions, right? So then now one of the questions is, do you feel that you totally trust Geoffrey right now? Do you have any doubts or any trust with him at the moment?
Uh, I think that the issue with trust is the personal issue. Like you're not enough self-confident, and that's why you have trust issues. I try to educate myself and trust people. Don't expect a betrayal like before, in advance.
So, do you guys look through each other's phone or anything like that? Like, I know some of the other couples had issues with that. You have no trust, like when you were with him. I mean, you just did. Were you intrusive like that, or you wanted to like look through his phone, or do you trust what he's saying?
Usually I trust what people say, like my other half say, but sometimes like it irritates most of people when you, for example, hide your messages. Like uh, it pops up, but it doesn't say what's
The
the
deep,
message.
yeah.
He has that. He has that. Maybe still, maybe at that time only. I don't know. Um, it's kind of,
You know,
but I trust.
yeah. And what has been the difficulty, I guess, like with the long distance? Was that what it is that you just like? How have you guys been staying in contact? Are you FaceTiming all the time, or like, do you schedule things where? Because I know there's a time difference too. So I mean, what is your plan on how you guys stay in communication through all this?
I can't say about now, but when I came from Russia, everything was great.
Yeah.
Like we spent lots of time, like, yeah, communicating, called each other.
But now, like, do you guys talk every day? You and Geoffrey?
I can't say that.
Oh, you can't say that. Okay, I'm sorry. And I see a lot of the questions, guys. So as far as the tell-all, there has not been a release date yet of the tell-all, but Geoffrey did say yesterday that it'll probably come right after the TLC tell-all. And a lot of your, so there's no release date for that yet, but I can tell you that we did record it. So we're waiting until TLC is done with theirs. Now, what about that too? I mean, you were obviously notified that you were not invited to the TLC tell-all. So how did that feel? Like, did that hurt you? And how did they give you that information?
Oh, they kind of invited me, but it was I I expected a call or something, but it wasn't. Like, mm, we came there as a team, but
Yeah.
they invited only me. How can I tell his story, his side, with my poor English? I think it's not fair.
So you were invited to the tell-all, and then you actually
Mhm.
turned because Geoffrey wasn't going to be there. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. God, you are the best. Oh my goodness. Serve you. Awesome.
I love compliments. Yeah.
So what about the way you were edited? So I talked to everyone about this too. So obviously they film hours and hours and hours, and then they cut it down to just a few minutes. So how do you feel? Like, do you feel that you were edited in a like the right way? What are some things that were cut out that you might want people to know?
Oh, they cut me like they showed me like a nice person, lovely maybe, sometimes weird, but I'm twice more weird as you see.
More weird?
They cut off my uh all my like mess ups with English words. Oh, that was horrible. And even our proposal, I saw our proposal, I cried because it was so sweet. But remembering that, it was like they asked us to do it 4 times because something was with the lights. The first time when I cried, you saw that
Yeah.
time. But then they tried to do the best, mm, best
Angles?
scene, better scene, and they asked Geoffrey, and he was like, "Oh my God, what did I say?" He was remembering his words, and I was like, I was not that sensitive anymore. I was engaged in my mind. I was like, "Ha yay!" So it didn't work. And when we make wishes, that was funny stuff. It's my jokes. When we made a wish on this paper,
Yeah.
I wrote it in Russian, and it was says like, I want a happy family with Geoffrey. And then we walked on the bridge, and he asked me, "What did you write?" And I said, with my serious face, I said, my wish is $1 million." And he was like, "Oh, yeah." And all the crew and Geoffrey like believed me that I was like, "Oh, I want $1 million." And he was, "Oh my God, such a romantic moment, and you make this wish." It wasn't true. It wasn't true.
So are you saying that what we saw, on Sunday night from the proposal, I mean, was that actually like recorded 4 different times? Cut like did they have you keep doing the proposal over and over for different angles?
Kind of, but they took the first one, the real one.
Oh, okay. So just yeah, I gotcha. So they just did like retakes just in case, but that was really your real reaction. Now, what about when you were at the door with Mary? Because I've gotten to know you a little bit, and I was, when I watched that now after, after getting to know you, I was like, man, it seems it's so not Varya, So I mean, did they make you record that over and over? I mean,
No, it was, yeah, it was raw. Like,
that was raw. Yeah. So that was really because it was weird. I was
one.
like, yeah, one take.
I'm good in hiding bad sides of my personality.
Okay, I got
Don't
you.
poke a Russian bear, you know this phrase.
Yeah. A lot of you guys are asking about her not wearing the ring. So we already discussed that in the beginning, and you could always go back and and ask her. So I'll ask you some lighter questions too. Another one about not wearing the ring. She took it off, and we're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss that at the tell all where she's at right now. So I'm just looking through some of the questions. Are you guys still together? She's not going to be able to answer that. And again, the tell all, they have not released the time. Um, so what is Russia like right now? I mean, with this, is it pretty similar to America? Like when you got there and saw how everything was locked down, is that pretty similar to how it is there? Or I mean, is there more freedom for quarantine? There's more freedom in Russia.
Yeah, it's definitely more freedom because nobody pays you for staying at home. So people work, they go outside. It's like a normal life now, but with masks.
So just but are the bars and nightclubs and everything open?
No, not yet, but I think I expect that very soon they will open.
Okay. And then another question they're asking. So is it true? So then 3 months passed. They're asking how much time passed. So when you left and then when you surprised him, there was a 3 month window, 3 month time of when that happened. And in that time, you were texting him and he was just like slow, like wasn't giving you like big responses. So what were you doing in that 3 months? Were you just sitting there? Like, were you talking to other guys or meeting anyone? You were?
I had no time for that because I'm a wedding planner, I'm a wedding host, and I had so much work, and I focused on first getting visa. It took some time and some energy, and then I saved my money for the trip, bought my tickets, and as far as like as far as I bought my tickets, he stopped respond to my messages like at all. That was okay. I have no right back.
Wow. So you weren't
Mhm.
talking. What made you get to that point? I mean, how long did it take you from after when he left when you said I want to go meet him? Like was it just
One
like
month.
1 month and then you said I want to go back and you started How much did all that cost you to do that trip?
Oh, the visa and all that stuff, it cost me like $200, and then the flight was around $400.
Oh, so you saved up for that. TLC.
For you, it could be cheap, but I need time to save that money to like pay all my bills. So that's why it took me 2 months more.
And then TLC doesn't help with any of that. You gotta, if you do that, you gotta pay for all of it on your own. Okay, because a
No,
lot.
yeah.
Oh, okay. A lot of people are still asking about Mary. So, guys, we asked in the beginning. She's not friends with Mary. They don't keep in touch, and you just don't talk at all, right? There's no communication with you and Mary. No, no. Um, okay. Sorry, I'm just looking through some of the other questions. Okay.
Do you like his nipple tattoos?
What's that? What did they say? Nipple tattoos?
What did I think about that?
Okay. Do you like it?
No, I don't like it. He doesn't like it, I guess, too. But I think that I at least happy that I haven't done such mistakes in my life as him.
So you wouldn't do it. You're not going to get your nipples tattooed? No.
No.
No. Okay. Sorry. I'm just trying to upset them because they don't like my questions. So, okay. Well, that is awesome. So let me ask you, Varya, what are you working on? Like, I know that you're a wedding planner, but as far as some people are doing business ventures that they want to promote, and then also, just they're promoting their social media. So are you available to do promotions on your Instagram page and your social media? And what are you promoting right now?
I'm not sure that I understood this
Oh,
question correctly.
trying to help.
What I am promoting? I'm not promoting on anything. What? Nothing.
Are
What
people?
should I promote? Like my work? You mean my something where I can earn my money?
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of times I'm a publicist, so I always want to give people a chance to promote what they're doing, so that they can bring awareness to how you make your income. Like, are people approaching you to promote products on your social media, on your Instagram account, or are you not doing that?
I don't have any offers, any good offers.
Really?
I'm in Russia. This is the problem, I guess.
Sorry, you're missing out on tons of money. Everybody does that. Do
I
you not
know.
do you not like doing it?
I just think that most of my followers are English speaking, and people from Russia reach out to me only, but they are not interested in this audience. So I need to move.
Yeah. No, no, you'd be great. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm friends with probably 15 of the cast members, like from the past, from on today, and you just stand there with, some healthy, product, and you make thousands of dollars. I'm
I
gonna,
know, but they can't ship anything to Rusha, as they say. So
yeah, no, I'm gonna help you with that. I'm gonna help you with that.
it's a
Uh,
good idea.
what? Let me have you. Would you ever? Are there any other reality shows? I know obviously things are different in Russia. So, are there any other reality shows that you would consider being on? Or
No more reality show for me. No,
no,
it's too traumatizing for my psychic.
really? Has this been is it
Yeah.
more than what you thought it was?
It's just very nervous.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you can go back before the show, I mean, would you do it all over again?
I would do it maybe differently. Something.
what specifically? Like what did you not like that you would have changed?
Mm, like especially at the beginning, I was well, I was lost because I didn't expect how it is. Like all of those cameras and was I was lost. I wasn't myself completely. I think so.
Were you just nervous, or were you trying to be?
I was hiding all emotions. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's a cultural thing, but we Russians don't usually love. We don't do that. Don't show our like especially bad emotions. We try to hide our tears. Um, you know, it was with me. I always try to, oh my God, do something. It was so horrible.
And what did your family think? Because obviously, if that's your culture, like when you first told them, I'm going to be on, I mean, it's got 3.3 million viewers every week. I mean, it might not be huge in Moscow, but it's definitely huge. So, I mean, when you told them
We
that,
didn't know that, Dominic. We didn't
oh,
know the
you didn't know how big,
size of this show.
really, you didn't know how big 90 Day Fiance was?
No,
What did,
I had no idea about this show. Never ever I saw that before.
oh, wow. So then when did you start to realize like how big the show was and how much of the fan interaction and how much, you're going to attention you're going to receive? Was it after like the
When
premiere?
when it starts, yes, from the premiere.
So who applied for that? Like did you apply or was it Geoffrey? I mean, how did that come about where you're like, hey, we're gonna go on this TV show?
He sent me a casting call. He just came across the casting call, like, hey, somebody from Knoxville, are you dating anyone overseas and haven't met yet in person? And he sent me this like topic, and
Yeah.
I said, wow, it's interesting. Let's do it. It's about us. And he said, okay. And in a week, I asked, did you apply? He said, no, I thought you were kidding, like not serious. I was, you can try. And then he did all the stuff.
Oh, so you thought it was just gonna be like a little TV show and nothing.
Yeah, yeah, I thought it was like it's just for fun. It's cool adventure. I'm adventurous. Why not? I didn't know. I didn't know even what show it would be.
Now, how many Americans have you dated? Is Geoffrey the first American?
Dated. I wouldn't say that we were dated with other Americans. We were just like the first one too, actually. The first one we it was like he came across my VK page. It's a different social media, and asked me a question just to help with learning Russian. And I respond, and then we have a conversation for a couple of months, and then we met in Azerbaijan, and I understood like I believe in love from the first sight, and it wasn't that. So we just went to 2 days, and then I explored the city by my own. Like I have so much fun in Azerbaijan, and there are people I love, and it just didn't work. And then in Instagram, another guy. Now we're great friends, by the way. He was dating like it didn't work between us because it wasn't the right time. Like he can't come to Russia, but Geoffrey came and all that. Just like
What started your interest in American men? I mean, were you just were you open to everybody and it happened to be America, or were you always interested in coming to America and meeting an American man?
oh, I could date David if I were interested only in coming to America.
Well, no, I'm not accusing you of that. I'm saying at some point you're dating, you're married to a Russian, and then it's a big jump for people to be open to date people outside of their country. So, like, when did that happen? Where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna give them a chance. These American men. Is that?
Hmm. The first one when I like by accident, or how could I say that? I met the first guy from America. We communicated a lot, and he gave me an impression that you're like educated, you have goals, you can deal with money, like um, you're focusing you're good with about money, like you don't spend it on the wind, put it on the wind, like you're smart. And I love the openness of people. They have that smile always and positivity. I think I'm that kind of person. I think the same. Like
Yeah.
I'm always happy to meet new people, to communicate a lot, to smile to people.
Now, and I know that Geoffrey told me how you guys met. That he was sitting there and wasn't working out with the girls in Tennessee, and then got an ad that popped up that said "Meet a Russian, woman," and then he clicked on it. So, from your side, I mean, how did it feel when you first started that interaction with Geoffrey? Like, how did that start? And then, what was your first impressions of him?
Oh, he's a handsome guy. That was my first expression. And then I noticed how smart he is. He's like a really smart person. And that what attracts me. And a sense of humor, it's always my priority.
Yeah.
So he has all that checks.
So if he just gets the nipple tattoos removed, then he'll be absolutely perfect. Yeah, that's what's. Yeah. Now the ring that he got you. So, do you know how many carats it is, or like what are some details about the ring?
I don't know. I didn't check.
Like you don't know
I
is it
don't know. Maybe it's a glass.
you? So he didn't tell you like, hey, this is a 2 carat ring, or does it have diamonds in the? No.
No, he didn't introduce me into the ring
Well,
correctly
a lot of
with all
people.
descriptions.
I know you're not a gold digger, but someone would really want to know. So yeah, so you don't care about that, like how expensive it was or anything like that. No,
No.
you are the best. Isn't she so nice? You're so nice. No, a lot of women, especially some women in America, they would want to know, and then they show off and say, "Oh, this is a 3 carat ring," or it's. So
I
that
think it's a cultural thing because I heard after the proposal, after the show starts, I heard that Americans are really like they pay more attention to the proposal ring and the engagement, like this engagement and the marriage ring. Like it should be very expensive. I didn't know that. It's in Russia. It's like okay, ring.
and that's how you feel. So if you guys get married, that's another thing that's American culture is. Then they want a big wedding that's also very expensive, right? So, and it just
I
for
don't
everyone.
want a big wedding. I told you that.
No, I'm recapping for the people that have come on. So you just want it very simple and intimate with just you and your family and friends.
Maybe just me and him.
Just you and him. No one else. You want
Yeah,
to.
it could be. We could jump with a parachute somewhere in Hawaii, somewhere. We can do something crazy together. It would be fun.
Is that really you prefer that over like a formal wedding?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, because I had one and he had not one.
Yeah. He had so many. Yeah. No, just joking. Well,
I
that's
know.
Um, okay, so then yeah, let's promote. We only got a few minutes left. So are you on what social media are you on? And what if people want to hire you for their wedding planning? Like, how do they find you?
In Instagram here now, and I have it. By the way, I have a new YouTube channel. It's a
There we go.
new platform for me. It's interesting.
So what are you doing on there? What type of videos?
Uh, now I have only two videos. One, I'm explaining the situation between me and Mary and Geoffrey, and I released like this night. I released another one. It's a big self interview, and I where I tell more information about myself, my life. It's kind of fun, I
Are you,
guess.
are you going to
Oh.
keep after the show and just do like video blogs of you just throughout the day? Is that the idea?
Maybe it's interesting. Maybe I will tell more about life in Russia, about our fun stuff like Vanya, traditional things.